And I picked it up and I looked upon the pencil, and it was wooden on the outside, and on the inside it was lead. If I was going to get this thing functioning, if I was going to make this thing work the way that it should work, I had to go in and I found myself, because, this was an old object. I didn't have the old pencil trimmers where you could stick it in and it's automatic and it make a lot of noise. So this was ancient, so I had to go back old school. Anybody ever been back old school when you found a pencil? Yeah. That's what I had to do. I had to go in the kitchen, and I had to get myself a kitchen. I had to get a knife. And I began to carve. You thought I was an expert? Well, yeah. You'd have thought my name was Jed Clampett. I was whittling so good with the pencil, so I was making it happen. And I began to whittle away at the pencil, and it dawned on me that sometimes if you're going to be effective in regards to what you have to do, you have to peel some stuff away. Yeah. And that's what I want to talk about this morning. I want to talk for just a few moments. I want to talk to someone that understands in order for you to really be effective, sometimes you have to peel some stuff away. Yeah. Some things might not be conducive for what you're trying to do. And a lot of times we go about our business in the courses of life, and we're trying to put penmanship down. We're trying to write some stuff down on our course of life, but all of a sudden we find ourselves broken. Anybody ever been there? Yeah, you have some great ideals, you have some great aspirations, but for whatever reasons or another, you found out that the means that you're trying to get it done with is broken. And if you're going to get this thing fixed, you're going to have to start willing away at some stuff. And I want to talk to somebody this morning that says, Lord, I don't care how it looks, and I don't care how dirty the floor gets. I don't care how much debris is on the floor. But at the end of the day, I want you to whittle away at me, because I don't want to be one of those people that's dysfunction that's in life. I want to get all that you have for me, God. But I understand that sometimes you just got to start whittling away at me. Yeah. Anybody want to get whittled this morning? Yeah. I believe that I'm at the right place today, and if you just indulge me for just a few moments, I want to give you a few pointers in regards to how to allow God to wither away some stuff. I just know if God can wither away at some stuff, that you're going to be blessed. If God can get some stuff out of your life and get some stuff to function back, you're going to walk up out of here not the same way that you came in, but you'll leave up out of here skipping and hopping and saying that truly that I've heard from the Lord today, and the Lord is going to bless me, because God is going to start withering away at you. The funny thing about being withered, or the funny thing when you begin to wither away, especially at a pencil, you'll find now that the more you use it, the more debris is on the floor. But here's something else that I figured out about a pencil. Pencils come in all shapes and sizes, all different colors. You'll find some that has advertisement on it. You'll find red ones, blue ones, green ones. Whatever your preference is, you can find yourself with the color pencil. But I want to let you know, it doesn't matter how good the pencil looks. If it's not functioning, if it hadn't been whittled down, then it's not going to be any good to you. And a lot of times we can get up in the mornings and we'll be the good-looking pencil, whether it be green, gold, whatever your color is, and we'll walk into place and we're looking good. We got our good clothes on, we got our good suits, and some of us, we go casual. We got our Jordans on, we got our name brand shirts on, we got our jerseys on, we got Panther jerseys, we got Atlanta jerseys. So we looking real good, but the fact of the matter is, sometimes if you're going to truly be effective, that stuff that looks on the outside, that's not what it's all about. God says you look good, you got your hair done, you got your makeup on, you're smelling right. He says, but if you're going to be functional, I'm going to have to wither away at you. There's some things that I have to wither away from you in order to get you functional, and in order to have you moving up to the next level. Oh, strap them on this morning, because I'm feeling pretty good in here. And I don't know what God is going to do, but I do understand that before you leave up out of this place, God is going to wither some stuff away in your life so that you might be a better citizen for Him. So we begin to look at our text. We find now that Edom needed to be withered away. There's some things that Edom had with them that they had hung out in the past. You do know that the text centers around the two brothers that were fighting. Yeah, you had one stole and one was still mad and one was still upset. So at the end of the day, it actually divided two people. Yeah. So that's what we're dealing with here. We have two groups of people. We have the Edomites, and then we're looking at the other people that from the other side, the children of Israel, and now they were at odds. More so, the Edomites they were more so at odds because they were upset because something had been taken from them. Anybody ever been at a place and you still upset because of something somebody took from you? Yeah, could have been 20 years ago. They took something for you, and you still mad about it. You still upset. Yeah, 20 years ago, somebody owed you $5, and every time you see that color, that last time you saw the person was wearing red, and every time you see a red shirt, something go all through you. You mad because you still ain't got your $20 yet because it's been 20 years ago, and you don't need the $5 because God has blessed you with a great job. God has blessed you with more than enough, but it's still the fact of the matter that he still owes me that $5. Anybody ever been there? Just had some stuff that you just couldn't let go. The Bible says now that they had some stuff that they couldn't let go of their brother. And as we look at our text, we find out that God begins to deal with them through the prophet Obadiah. He begins to deal with Edom through the prophet Obadiah. And the first thing that I want to let you take a look at, it says that God had a word for Edom. And understand now that what I want to get you to see this morning, the thing that they needed to have peeled off, or the thing that they needed to have withered away, it was simply the love in their heart was not conducive for their brother. Stay with me for just a moment. The love in their heart was not conducive for their brother. They had ignored their brother, and neither did they care about their brother. So this morning's text was centered around us being able to get the love back in our heart and be concerned for our fellow man. Now, that's what I want to talk, and that's what I want to hang out just a moment, because we have to be able to love each other. We have to be able to love our brother man and care and be caring about their well-being and how they are. But the Bible said that they had lost that zeal for their brother. How can I get that zeal back for my brother? What's some of the things that God has to peel off me just to get me back in the fold? Well, I'm glad you asked me, because it says now that God began to deal with him through Obadiah. And it says now that the word that came from the Lord, it says that there was sent someone amongst the heathen to take them up and put them into captivity. The first thing that I want to let you know, if you need some stuff peeled off on you in order to get you to the next level, your question might be, how is it going to be peeled off? If you stay in a situation long enough, you don't have to worry about peeling it off yourself, because God will peel it off of you. And it says now, because they stayed in this situation for so long, they couldn't let this thing go. All of a sudden, God says, you know what? I got you. I'll send a word, and I'll have the heathen nation to rise up against you. I'll send out a heathen nation to put you into captivity, just so that I can get the love back in your heart, just so that I can get the concern back in the heart for your brother man. And have you ever been at a place that you wondered, why in the world can I not love somebody? And folk are trying to go down a list and tell you things. They'll tell you, oh, you're a product of your environment. They'll tell you it's the way that mama raised you. They'll tell you that it's the way that daddy raised you. It doesn't have anything to do with that, but it has everything to do with you almost in a place that God is going to cause somebody to put you into captivity. God is going to cause you to lose some stuff just to get your attention, so that he can bring you back into the love that he truly had for you. Anybody ever been there and you're trying to figure out, why am I losing so much stuff? And it seems like the more that I get, the more that I lose it. The more that I bring in, the more that it's being taken away. It seems like nothing is going right for me. And you're trying to line it up with the zodiac sign. You're trying to call Sister Cleo just to try to get a word. But God wanted me to let you know this morning that what you you're dealing with is the lack of the love in your heart for your brother, man. And he says, if I have to get your attention, I'll get your attention any way that I can. And sometimes God will get your attention through your circumstances. Sometimes God will get your attention through your actions and your reactions. And God will begin to pull things back and he will get your attention. So here is the children of Edom, and God begins to get their attention. He says, there's some things that you need withered away from you. There's some things that I have to peel off from you. But since you're not able to do it, allow me to help you. Anybody ever been in a situation and you say, I'm going to get this thing fixed myself because I don't want to have God start withering on me. But if you ever find yourself at a place where God wants to pull you back in, he'll start the withering process. Oh, here comes the withering process for them. He says, I will allow now the heathen nation to come in and take you into captivity. And then he begins to say, the next thing that I need to peel off from you, he says, is pride. It was verse 3 says that the pride of thy heart had deceived thee. Yeah, they were deceived. In other words, the pride had them so hung up that there was no truth in what they were doing. Yeah. Pride had them in such a place that it would begin to fool them. It's a terrible thing to let pride fool you. Yeah, it's another thing to have someone fool you. You know, you might be able to pull the wool over my eyes. You might be able to hide something from me just because you're that crafty. But isn't it a terrible thing when it's your own pride that will hide things from you? It's your own pride that will make you think that everything is going fine. And you lost the love for your brother, man, simply because of pride. Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do, once again, with how you were raised. It don't have anything to do with your zodiac sign and what you think is going on. It doesn't have anything to do with that. But it's all about the pride in your heart that has allowed you now to have the love dismissed from you. Anybody glad to know that you don't have to have pride in your life so bad that it deceives you? Get it all away from me. Yeah. Pride is not what you want. Pride is the thing that comes before the fall. And if you allow pride to take over you, pride will convince you that you all of that and a bag of chips with your bad self. And at the end of the day, you still don't have any love for your brother, man, and you're not concerned with them. But God is going to get somebody's attention. All right. Just because of pride. It says that they were tricked, they were fooled, didn't know what was coming, hoodwinked, bamboozled. I can accept a trick when it's not real. We went down to one of our anniversaries, being first level, is attitudes. He even put so much emphasis in the text that there's 3 types of attitudes that has to be withered away. 3 types. If you would stay with me for just a second, we'll take a look at the first one, which comes in verse number 11. It says, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them. So let me go and break this down to you. Let me go and explain this text. This is about 522 BC, and this is talking about when the Syrian army came and took them into captivity. So now you have one country that's going into captivity, although you're still on the same team. One country is looking over at the other country and saying, wow, y'all really getting it. Kind of like little kids. You know how little kids get when they see somebody else getting it, they go, ooh, you really getting it. And, ooh, mama gonna get you. Mama, yeah, it's on. So they took that approach with that type of attitude. And the first attitude that we want to take a look at is the attitude of rejoicing in the day of someone else's destruction.
Wow.
The attitude of rejoicing in someone else's destruction. Have you ever noticed, no one in here, but have you ever noticed that someone had so much hatred in their heart and they dislike the person so badly that whenever something bad happened to the person, they started to rejoice? Do anybody know somebody like that they can't wait for somebody to fall? They can't wait for somebody to tip over, and now their mind is happy. That's not the attitude that you need if God is going to allow you to get love back in your heart for something that happened in the past so that you might be able to care about somebody. Somebody shout, I don't need to rejoice.
I don't need to rejoice.
Whenever I see someone go down. Because you never know when it's going to be you going down.
That's it.
You might be good today, and you might be riding high today, but you never know the moment that you might be the one going down. Come to the refusal part. Simply says now that whenever everything jumped off, and they saw them going into captivity, they refused to help. They refused to help them. We grew up old school. Everybody grew up old school, and when someone in the family is fighting, you know what you were instructed to do. You could be mad at your brother or your sister. I mean, they could have gotten on your last nerve. They could have been wearing your clothes, ate up all your drank your Kool-Aid, ate all your cookies. But you get on the outside and you let something kick off. You let somebody hit your brother or I don't care how mad you were at them. I don't care. But you let somebody jump on the outside. Let somebody jump on you. There's going to be something going on up in here. I missed breakfast this morning. Y'all okay from that 5? Have a little breakfast. Y'all all right with that? Okay. I'm sorry I ain't got enough for everybody. I just got one. Y'all all right? I'm okay? Okay, all right. So I missed breakfast this morning. Now, I like oatmeal. I prefer, not really the instant kind, but I prefer the kind that you really gotta make it work. You gotta take some stuff in there and put it in, then you boil it, then you add your stuff. I prefer, but when you're on the run, and sometimes you gotta get some stuff that's convenient for you. Amen. Okay. Amen. This is my hot water. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang out for a minute. I missed breakfast this morning. Did everybody get breakfast? By the way, y'all didn't? Okay, all right. All right. They used to say, if you ain't got enough for everybody, don't bring none in. So I need all my praying people to really pray and see if we can multiply this oatmeal and we can make it for everybody. I need y'all to start praying so we can multiply this oatmeal and we can feed the multitudes. Okay. So I missed breakfast this morning. And on the inside of this is oats, nutrients. It's in there to keep you going. It'll give you fuel, keep you moving out throughout the day. Fiber, it's in there for you. Good stuff is in oatmeal. I miss my breakfast. But in order for me to get on the inside, I got to peel some stuff away. So now God has let me know that the peeling process has started in your life. He's peeling away your pride. He's peeling away your attitudes. He's He's peeling away your hatred so that he might get down to the inside of you and have something that's functional that will be able to sustain something. He's peeling away